Really cool question from our buddy Price Peters about penitentiary workouts, penitentiary style workouts, and how the guys in prison are so fucking huge and jacked, even though they seem to be like breaking all the rules with regard to bodybuilding. He says here that they do chest presses and curls every day, and yet they're fucking huge and they should be overtrained. So this is completely my theory, and I think I gathered this theory from reading a study once, but I just can't cite it right now, so bear with me. This is just an interesting idea. Well, the first thing is you can't compare what's happening in a prison where there are lots of big grown testosterone men living in quarters amongst each other in a very regimented system to living out in society where we're robots of the matrix, where we have to suppress emotions and we're kind of left to our own devices, but we have to bite our tongue and do things that they're totally different. It's not good or bad. I'm just saying you got to recognize the contrast between the two of them, right? Very regimented, focused. They can't do just like whatever the fuck they want to do. They eat when it's time to eat. They eat what's available to eat. They go where they have to go every single day, bedtime, same time, wake up, same time. And the fact that they're living in a very testosterone-filled environment amongst other men who are also very aggressive to some degree cannot be compared to you and I. I got to change diapers and you probably have to study for tests. Yeah, it fucking sucks. Again, I don't want to label. I wouldn't want to be in prison either, right? I'd rather change diapers and study for tests than be in prison. But the point is that in that environment, the physiology, see, this is why I always talk about 3 layers of strength. Energetically, there's a whole lot going on. Every man for himself when they're in prison to some degree, or if you're in a gang, you still are every man for himself because you've got to represent. You have to peacock. And when I say peacock, it means you had better look fucking tough. Your energy, energetically, psychologically, emotionally, you have to adapt to that situation. And a big part of it is you need to have a neuromuscular expression of don't fuck with me. Right? So just the psychology alone of having to be, of living in an environment where you've got to protect yourself, you've got to stand for something, otherwise you're going to get stepped on, means that physiologically you're going to be affected in a way that's going to manifest itself muscularly. So if you're in a situation where it's first of all, the typical stressors that we deal with in regular walking life, civilian life, aren't there. Their stressors are more of a more primal nature, right? Survival, in other words, there's an animal that's about to rape me. So anyway, with regard to stressors, so the stressors that are laid upon them produce a physiological response whereby their hormones need to produce a particular response, be it anabolically or catabolically at the appropriate times to get the neuromuscular system to protect the organism. Build muscle. I got to be able to protect myself, defend myself, fight for myself, look a particular way so that I'm not attacked. Right? So energetically, physiologically, neuromuscularly, they're completely different. No matter what they do, they could do push-ups and pull-ups only. They could do bench press and curls. They could break all the fucking rules and eat shit in the cafeteria, and they're gonna grow some fucking muscles because energetically and physiologically, they have been molded to be badasses in that regard. Compare that to you and I, who, we get drunk on the weekends. Not saying that you and I do, but civilians, we get drunk on the weekends. Our girlfriends cheat on us, and I got to change diapers and take my girls to gymnastic lessons. And we're sitting in cars all day long, and we're sitting in offices all day long. We don't have any imminent threat. Nobody's really going to attack us, but we really don't like that dick that works in the cubicle next to us because he talks too much and talks too loud, and I can't enjoy my coffee while while he's talking and shit. And then you go home and it's oh, my wife she just got her period, and the bills are late, and then I gotta go to the gym and work out. Right? I'm gonna go to the gym and work out with whatever energy I have left. I go home and I'm gonna watch a prison program on TV so I can feel a little tough about myself. Relating to the gentlemen, right? To the guys that are in prison, to make myself at least have the figment of imagination that perhaps there's an inkling of a man left within me. Right? Not to say that they're more men than we are, or vice versa. It's just you got to recognize the contrast. I'm telling stories about both, simply to answer your question in an entertaining way, but it's not good or bad. It's just the way it fucking is. If you want to go to prison to get jacked, hey dude, let me know. You'll come out huge with a different energy and different physiology, but I'd rather be changing diapers and having sex with my wife than getting boned in the butt and eating slop every day. But whatever, you know, that's cool too. Whatever, I'm ranting. That's it, folks. Look, this is why the rules go out the window. This is why you'll hear me contradict myself. This is why I am of the conviction and take the position that all of your rules, all of your science is all just bro science. It all gets thrown out the window if, number one, you're not recognizing that there are 3 layers of strength. Right? And number 2, if you don't realize just how freaking dynamic and how many different combinations of the various types of expression of those 3 layers of strength there are, you can't pin it all down. Right? We don't live in laboratories. And if we did live in laboratories, that'd be a fucking stressor too, because we want to get out and smoke weed. You know? That's it. Peace.